Leviticus chapter 20, Holman Christian Standard Bible. The Lord spoke to Moses, say to the Israelites, any Israelite or foreigner living in Israel who gives any of his children to Moloch must be put to death, for the people of the country are to stone him. I will turn against that man and cut him off from his people because he gave his offspring to Moloch, defiling my sanctuary and profaning my holy name. But if the people of the country look the other way when that man gives any of his children to Moloch and do not put him to death, then I will turn against that man and his family and cut off from their people both him and all who follow him in prostituting themselves with Moloch. Whoever turns to mediums or spiritualists and prostitutes himself with them, I will turn against that person and cut him off from his people. Consecrate yourselves and be holy, for I am Yahweh your God. Keep my statutes and do them. I am Yahweh who sets you apart. If anyone curses his father or mother, he must be put to death. He has cursed his father or mother, his blood is on his own hands. If a man commits adultery with a married woman, if he commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, both the adulterer and the adulteress must be put to death. If a man sleeps with his neighbor's wife, he has shamed his father. Both of them must be put to death. Their blood is on their own hands. If a man sleeps with his daughter-in-law, both of them must be put to death. They have acted perversely. Their blood is on their own hands. If a man sleeps with a man as a woman, they have both committed a detestable thing. They must be put to death. Their blood is on their own hands. If a man marries a woman and her mother, it is depraved. Both he and they must be burned with the fire. So there must be no depravity among you. If a man has sexual intercourse with an animal, he must be put to death. You are also to kill the animal. If a woman comes near any animal and mates with it, you are to kill the woman and the animal. They must be put to death. Their own blood is on them. If a man marries his sister, whether his father's daughter or his mother's daughter, and they have sexual relations, it is a disgrace. They must be cut off publicly from their people. He has had sexual intercourse with his sister. He will bear his punishment. If a man sleeps with a menstruating woman and has sexual intercourse with her, he has exposed the source of her flow, and she has uncovered the source of her blood. Both of them must be cut off from their people. You must not have sexual intercourse with your mother's sister or your father's sister, for it is exposing one's own blood relative. Both the people will bear their punishment. If a man sleeps with his aunt, he has shamed his uncle. They will bear their guilty and die childless. If a man marries his brother's wife, it is impurity. He has shamed his brother. They will be childless. You are to keep all my statutes and all my ordinances, and do them, so that the land where I live, where I am bringing you to live, will not vomit you out. You must not follow the statutes of the nations I am driving out before you, for they did all these things, and I abhorred them. And I promise you, you will inherit their land, since I will give it to you to possess, a land flowing with milk and honey. I am Yahweh your God, who set you apart from the peoples. Therefore, you must distinguish the clean animal from the unclean one, and the unclean bird from the clean one. Do not become contaminated by any animal, bird, or whatever crawls on the ground. I have set these apart as unclean for you. You are to be holy to me, because I, Yahweh, am holy, and I have set you apart from the nations to be mine. A man or woman who is a medium or spiritualist must be put to death. They must be stoned. Their blood is on their own hands.